welcome to another video. Today it is a quick flip through of my March bullet journal because I didn't show you myself setting that one up, and then also my April setup, which I do think I filmed the time lapse of me doing, but as you guys probably know, I got a little bit carried away because I enjoyed my concept so much, and I've actually filled out the entirety of my bullet journal for the rest of the year. So what I thought I would do is show you guys a quick flip through of the month that I'm currently using and then what next month's setup looks like. So these are going to be really quick videos, but I thought I would show you the different themes that I picked for each month because I enjoy watching these kinds of videos on YouTube, and I know a few of you do too. If you want a more in-depth video of how I have set these up and how I use Canva to make these layouts and stickers and things like that, I will link to a video up here, and again I will put everything in the description box down below. So for March I went for a lemon theme, and I've got lemons on the brain because I have a lemon collection coming up at some point this year, and when I found these motifs I just thought that they were perfect for the beginning of spring. I mean, not technically appropriate for March because, I mean, in the UK there is absolutely zero chance of lemons until, well, ever really. I don't think we ever have enough sunshine to grow lemons unless they're in orangeries or greenhouses and things like that, but it was just really pretty and yellow and I liked it. So I've used lemons with white flowers, and then I used a bottle green pen to draw out all the boxes. I've done my standard layout for my March at a glance calendar, which is 5x5 boxes and then a little note section down the side. I found that I'm not really using the note section very much, but I use this calendar to plan out my videos of what video is going to go up when, and I then, once I have actually put the video up, I will then actually put it in the coloured pen. The pink ones are the waffles, the purple ones are the hangouts and also the Patreon videos, which are exclusive on Patreon, and then the blue ones, which there aren't any of here, are the proper videos, so like a specifically sewing related topic, which is just about that topic with no waffle in it. I am going to blur out a lot of the actual writing in here because I use this as a journal as well as a planner. First week started on a Tuesday, so I had a little bit more room, so I went for a large note section, which I actually didn't use very much of, and then I went for smaller boxes for the days of the week, which I did use and fill out. The next week is my first running task list for March. I really enjoyed running task lists. I think that's the only downside of having filled out my bullet journal for the entirety of the year, is that there are certain layouts that I like much more than others. I found one in January that I absolutely hated and I haven't repeated that, but I have repeated, or I have tried different to vary the layouts, but they are kind of all variations on a theme. I do really enjoy running task lists, so I would have probably put more of those in knowing what I do now about using them, but as I say, before I got carried away with setting it up, so I've kind of just varied them all. But I think for the next year's bullet journal I will probably do more of this type of layout with a running task list, which then gives me the boxes for just journaling. And this one I used a single lemon branch motif. Next up we have a very basic layout. It's just 8 boxes, 7 for the days of the week and then 1 for notes, which I ended up not using. I used a little lemon blossom in the corner, and again I really like how this looks. I'm very pleased that I am able to put in so many decorative elements which I would never be able to paint myself, but I think it looks really pretty, which means that I will use this and am using this much more. This is the week that we're currently on, something a little bit different. So we've got the 8 boxes down at the bottom there, but they are smaller, and then I've put 2 boxes for notes up at the top here with the decoration in one of those boxes. And I am trying to kind of like alternate where the designs go in the corners or down the center of them, so that I don't end up with really bulky, because the decoration's all in the same place going throughout the book. So I have tried to vary it throughout the book. Again, this one, I'm not sure what I'm going to use this box for, but this one I'm using for videos that I want to film, which I'm halfway through, as you can see. But yeah, I really like this one. Not sure I need the notes box as well as these 2 up at the top here, so I'm not sure that that's going to get used, but it's nice to have. And then the last week of this month is actually only 4 days, so I decided to do a little quote page with the weekly boxes. So these boxes are much bigger, so there's going to be room for to-do lists and journaling in these boxes. Then I used one of the, it's like a banner on Canva. They it's like it has a motif at the top and the bottom, and then a space in the middle for you to put your writing in. So I actually cut that part on Canva and put it on sideways, and then just put "When life gives you lemons, get creative," because I really like that. I mean, when life gives you lemons, there's lots of quotes for that one, so I thought that one, the get creative one, was really apt for me, and I really like how this layout has turned out. And then my final layout for the month is what I've made this month and a few of my favourite things. I finished watching Supernatural at the beginning of this month, and I'd already printed out these little stickers, so I put that in with my thoughts about Supernatural. I've got a little bit of room up here for the book that I'm currently listening to, and it's the end of a trilogy, so I'm going to put that one in here and then write a little bit about that. I actually haven't filled out any of my what I've made this month yet, because I am not happy with how my photography is coming out. This camera is old. Well, I mean, it's 5 years old now. I don't think the zoom function on it, or the auto zoom function on it, or even the autofocus, there we go, autofocus function on it is working as well as it used to. This close and me not moving is fine, but when I do the 12s for the lookbooks, it doesn't really properly focus, and trying to get stills from that for Instagram and for photos of the things that I've made is quite difficult. There's only so much kind of polishing over that you can do, as my web guy would say, because I sent him a couple of photos once and I was like, oh my god, can you just do this? And he's like, not really, it's a terrible photo. This camera technically does have Wi-Fi on it, which means that I can control it from my phone with the Canon app, but getting them to link up and using my phone as a remote control for taking photos is proving really difficult. I do have a plug-in remote, but that doesn't work on this camera. It works on my dad's Canon, but the trouble with that one is that it's a Canon 5D. It might be a 4D. It's a fancy camera, but it doesn't have a flip screen. And also it just making sure that I'm in focus and in shot kind of thing is really difficult. So I need to try and work out a better solution for my photography, because the idea with these what I've made this month pages was that I was going to put in images of my favorite things, but I'm also keeping a record of what I've sewn each month, how much fabric I've bought, how much fabric I've sewn up, what kind of prints they were, what I've made with it, because I do a year in review video, and I just thought some statistics for the next one would be quite interesting. So I'm thinking that I might actually just end up putting a small photo in here, but then actually writing down those statistics into these pages so that I have like a record of those. And the other thing as well is I'm making a lot of bias binding. I haven't made any scrunchies or face coverings yet, but I've got a bunch cut out, so I'm thinking maybe I ought to record those kinds of things as well. But I can always go back and fill these pages in. There is no need for these pages to be rushed. So once I've decided what to do with them, I am going to go back and fill them in, because I haven't done it for January, February or March, as you can see. That was March's lemon collection. Really pleased with this. I've reused a couple of the motifs. This one here is just this same image here but printed out. This one's obviously printed out a little bit bigger, this one's smaller. I really like it. So for April I went for pink flowers, and they're really pretty, and I wasn't quite sure what colour to do the boxes in, but I ended up going with this royal blue, which doesn't actually feature in any of the any of the actual pictures, but I think it goes quite well, so I'm pleased with that. So we've got my month at a glance, which again will be filled in with any events that I have coming up. Mum and Dad's 70th birthday party at Lalcombe is on the 26th, which I'm really looking forward to. And then I will also pencil in my schedule for YouTube. When I actually put the videos up, they will get filled in. Then we have a quote page, and the month starts on a Friday, so there's only 3 days, so I decided to put a quote page in here, and it says, "Never give up on a dream because of the time it will take to accomplish it. The time will pass anyway," by Earl Nightingale. And I love that. I really love that, because it's so true. I can procrastinate with the best of them, as you guys know, so I thought this was quite an apt one for me. This is again one of those kind of banner pieces, and I just sort of like split it apart so that it was wider, and I wrote the quote in on Canva, cut it and printed it out onto transparent sticker paper and stuck it in. And I've gone for a small motif in the side here, so I don't have a notes page on, or a notes box on this page, but I'm hoping I won't need it. Next up, we have a layout that you've seen previously. We've got a running task list. I went for a wreath here with the date in it, which I really like. And then Monday through to Sunday in the boxes. The little days of the week stickers are from Sticker McStickyface on Etsy. I will link those in the description down below. The running task list ones are ones that I wrote myself on Canva. The font is called Breathing. We have another one of the layouts that I'm using this current week. So we've got 2 boxes up the top for notes, there's another box down here for notes, and then equal size boxes for the days of the week. Again, these can be kind of like running task list ones. This can be for just random notes, and then obviously the journaling and any must be done on this sort of day tasks can be put into those boxes there. But I really like how this one has looked, and I'm enjoying using it this week, so I'm glad that I've repeated it. Again, the very standard 8 boxes of equal size. This one's got notes on it. I have just again used a sticker. I've cut it off so that the sticker is even with the edge of the box there, and I didn't draw in the top of the box. I drew it in once the sticker had been placed, and I really like how that looks. Again, same as the second week, the running task list. This is the last week of April and it ends on a Saturday, so the 30th. I've got the 6 boxes down here, we've got notes up here, and then we've got the running task list down here. So again, I have put a decorative sticker in here because I've got the running task list as well as the notes, so it's kind of a little bit of extra room, so I went for a little bit of an extra large sticker there. And then finally we have what I made this month in a wreath. I really like how this looks. Not sure how it's going to work with like planning out this page, but I like having it. Then we've got a few of my favorite things, which actually again was a wreath, and I have just kind of cut it off so that it's just at the top of the page. And I found I hadn't actually drawn the kind of large boxes into these pages before, but I found that it looked a little bit bare, so I went through and drew in a box around the very perimeter dots, and I find that it looks a lot more finished and polished when I do that. So I'm really pleased with that one, and I really like this motif for April. I think it looks really pretty. Nice pink flowers, and I like the kind of more blue leaning leaves in these flowers as well. So yeah, really pleased with how April has turned out. I know a whole bunch of you signed up for Canva when I showed you how I had used it to set up my bullet journal, so I would love to know how you guys are getting on with setting up yours. If you want to share any of your pages on the Peeps group or on Instagram, make sure that you use the hashtag Sean made me do it, because I'd love to see what you guys are getting up to. So I hope you've enjoyed this really quick look through my bullet journal. I know it's not the same as seeing me set it up, but in all honesty, because it is literally just me sticking down stickers, not actually me creating the artwork, and I've shown you how I create the stickers, I thought a quick flip through would be quite a good video to show you how I've been using the layouts and what I've got planned for the next month. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.